So I just read the December 2024 Electricity Reliability Assessment by the NERC, which is the National Electricity Reliability Corporation. Every year they do an assessment on sort of the risk assessment on power generation and delivery in the United States, our electricity. And look, it's not something you need to freak out about. It's not something you need to be alarmed about. You know, you don't need to be running around your house in your underwear freaking out. But it's a little bit alarming, right? I hate to say that because I feel like you don't need to worry or be scared. You just need to know and understand. So what we're looking at here behind me, this is basically, and this is North America, right? North America is divided up into segments, right? Our electricity is very integrated between the United States and Canada, even Mexico, right? Every single area has an elevated risk of failing, of power failures. And MISO has a high risk this year, right? So over here, it gives you the years. MISO, high risk this year. What and where is MISO? This is the alarming thing. You see this red right here? That's MISO. Upper Midwest, Great Lakes area, Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin, all the way down to the Gulf Coast. That whole area is at high risk right now concerning your electricity reliability. And what this means is that you are at high risk of losing power under normal operating conditions, under normal weather, normal temperatures, perfectly normal, you're at high risk of losing power. So as you can see, the darker the shades, the worse it is, right? This little area right here, this is mostly the Tennessee area, not good. South North Carolina, right in here, not good. A lot of Canada. This right here is the worst part of Canada, right? Yeah. And surprisingly, California, not bad off. Texas, not bad off. Rest of the Midwest, not bad off. Look at the Northeast. That's not great. So basically what's happening is, especially right here, rapid population growth, rapid demand growth, aging electricity infrastructure, power plants aging out, retiring out, and a lot of this is due to renewable energy. That didn't come from me, that came from the NERC. California has a ton of renewable energy, and they're fine, right? Something I've talked about a lot in the past, and not a lot of people have listened, is energy security, global energy security. And, you know, we've spent our whole life in the United States, and we've never given it much thought of how reliable is our electricity. We've never been worried about not having access to electricity and power and energy. It's, you know, as energy demand increases, if our ability to create that energy does not increase at the same level with it, the first thing that happens is it gets much more expensive. Electricity is just like anything else, supply and demand, right? The higher the demand, the higher the price, unless you have a ton of supply. And we don't. And the reason I went and looked for this assessment, I knew they put it out every year. The reason I went and looked for it is because not everyone, but a lot of people's utility bills are skyrocketing and they're going way up. And that's a sign, that's a clue. And so I went and read that. This doesn't mean you're going to lose power, right? This means you are at a very high risk of losing power under normal conditions. And something, if you're at high risk of losing power under normal conditions, you're at an unbelievably high risk of losing power during extreme weather events, which we are seeing more and more and more. If anyone should be concerned, you know, obviously the most concerned, that's those upper Midwest states down to the Gulf Coast, that swath there, that right there. Those are the people who need to be aware, who need to be aware. Thanks.